Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on MJ. That is the actual ticker. We're talking about MJ, but that's the ticker. So this is ETF MG Alternative Harvest. Damn, $4.74. One of my accounts, I was buying this in the $27, $28 range, and that's still my cost basis. I haven't looked at this one for a while. Been talking about a lot of MJ on the channel, Tesla EVs today. Time for a update on some of these ETFs and see what price they're at. But you can see what they're down over the past year. So back in 2018, this was $40. So I don't know, probably, I don't know where I first started buying it. Wasn't in there. It's probably somewhere right around in here. Started getting into some ETFs, kind of diversifying, and then it came down 11/18 in September. February ran up, and it's just been going down ever since then. Currently at 475, but you can see it's down over 68% in the past year. Past 3 months, down over 21%. Here in the past month, down over 18%. Past week, down over 10%, and here's a look at today at another drop off. So, wow, I just don't know how much further this one's going to go. But ticker is MJ. Like I said, I've talked about this one a couple times. It's a market cap weighted index, global firms engaged in legal cultivation, production, marketing, and distribution of MJ. So, here you can kind of see the different sectors that it's broken up, what's in the fund: healthcare, consumer defensive. Biggest one is healthcare, real estate. Here's some of their top 10 holdings: 80.77% of total assets as of 9/21/2022. So maybe some of these will be changing now that the price is so low. So, but we got CGC. We have Sundial that I've talked about a couple times in the last week. Probably due for an update on CGC. Next one is the Ultra Short ETF. Next is Kronos. I've talked about that one, still holding it. Tilray, talked about that one quite a few times, once at least this week. Aurora, once this week. Organigram, due for a video on that one. Grow Generation, just did one on that as of today. So it's kind of a combination of Grow Generation and Planet 13. And next is the Kenix Healthcare. So, but as you can see, $341 million market cap on this one. High today of 481, low of 469. 52-week high of 1578 and low of 469. So, and it hit the lows today. So. There's their expense ratio. Volume on this of 778,000. Volume today of 789,000. So here's kind of a look at the last dividends that I got paid on this one. So I had 11 shares here. I don't have these in Robinhood anymore, and take that times 0.0736. It's a quarterly, so I got 81 cents. So you'd have to figure out how many shares you'd need to purchase a new share, or a free share, I would say, with the dividends. So, and here you can kind of see how it went up in dividends from 6 cents to 0.0736. So a little bit more of a payout there. So Canopy, Kronos, all the rest of them are in the red. So here's another two ETFs that I've talked about here on the channel. So average annual return on this one, percentage of price return is minus 64%. So hopefully if you had this one, you weren't living off of it, because you probably would have had to go out and get a job. But you can just see the price action, just the downturn it's even had today. So started at an even 5, and over here on Microsoft Bing, so dropping fast, down 2.67%. Not much other information in there. Over here on Yahoo Finance, Previous close was at 487, and it's below that. Just everything's going down this week. So this is an older article, but I was going to click on it and just kind of see what's in it. MJ legislation could buoy associated ETFs. This is dated on the 29th, so getting close to a month ago, but still might be relevant. This MSOS I've talked about a time or two, but in November, 7 states will hold votes on ballot initiatives to legalize MJ. Should they pass, the beleaguered MJ industry, which has exhibited a dramatically bad performance for at least 12 months, could get a needed boost from expansion into those states. Arkansas, Maryland, Missouri. Whoa, my hometown, or home state, Nebraska, about fell out of my chair. And North Dakota, Oklahoma, and South Dakota. So 7 states will hold votes on ballot initiatives to legalize MJ. I walk about 2 to 4 miles a day, sometimes in my neighborhood, sometimes not. I'm in a pretty good neighborhood, but one street that I walk down pretty much on a daily basis, there is usually a car, not the same car, but a variety of cars that drive down, and I can smell weed all the time. So it doesn't matter what time of day it is. It's not legal here, but I'm just making the point that whether it's legal or not, people are smoking, consuming, whatever you want to call it. I may as well legalize it and tax it and make some money off of it. That's how I look at it. So this may help MJ focus ETFs. 9 ETFs offer unleveraged exposure to the space, and all of them have seen steep declines during the past 12 months, so as much as 80%. So basically, they're all on sale and then some for Christmas. That's what I say. But currently, the 2 U.S. Listed ETFs with more than 100 million in assets under management cover the space. While their investing styles differ, performance is similarly dismal. 391.6 million ETF, MJ is the one we're talking about now, has been around since 2015, offered exposure to MJ stocks since the end of 2017, and like I said, I've covered them all. Time for an update on all of them because they're probably all low. Just another way to kind of hedge, if you will, the safety. They're a little bit more safe than some of just straight MJ plays, but as you can see, they're still down. Total assets have fluctuated, at times surpassing $1 billion since its coverage switch. Meanwhile, actively managed advisor share per U.S. MJ ETF MSOS, I've covered this one as well, was launched in September 20, has a 682.2 million. MSOS only overtook MJ and the largest U.S. listed MJ ETF around the start of the year. Some of these MJ, MSOS, I'll link the other ones. I can't say them all off the top of my head. It's been a while since I looked at them. Some of them have similar holdings, some of them have totally different holdings. But some do share some of the similar holdings, which is probably like CGC and some other big ones. But this one I have not looked at yet, so I might have to look into this one a little bit further. Global in nature, primarily invests in equities, though its largest holding at nearly 17% of the portfolio. ETF MG US Alternative Harvest ETF MJ US. U.S. focused fund that can hold multi-state operators and special purpose acquisition companies. Multi-state operators can own MJ operations in multiple states. So the peek inside, MJ has 43 holdings, and the weighing to the U.S. of nearly 56% of its portfolio. MSOS is focused almost exclusively on the United States. So some of them are just focused on the United States, but a lot of these companies are Canadian. So MSOS is down nearly 48% for the year to date, period as of August 25th, one day before my birthday, while MJ is down almost 42%. United States and Canada are the largest markets for legal MJ, according to Statista, which more specifically notes the California is the largest single MJ market in the world. So, like I said earlier, a lot of these companies are Canadian. So, Sundial started the breakout 41 cents break. I've talked about Sundial a lot here on the channel, but they're the third largest, highest holding in MJ ETF. I was kind of surprised. Making Sundial the third stock out of nowhere is huge. That is huge. So, should I sell MJ at a 30% loss? I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, but I don't sell anything at a loss. So, here's another one. MJ is the one we're talking about. YOLO is another one. I think CNBS or something like that. Like I said, I'll link those all in the description. You can check those out. But over here on StockTwits, currently at 475. That needs to be updated. High of 1578. Nice to wake up to a dividend. Didn't even know this had one. So, yep, MJ has a dividend. So it's not very much as I showed you, but something's better than nothing. Over here on MSN Money, currently at $4.74. And unfortunately, it doesn't show any ratings since this is an ETF. So. But here you can kind of see the holdings again, just some different information here. But that is it for MJ, ticker MJ, the ETF Alternative Harvest. Currently at $4.74 or $4.79. If you have this one, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis, any other information you'd like to share, and if there's any other ETFs out there, MJ ETFs that you have, go ahead and list that in the comments as well. That'd be interesting to know. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.